Hello there guys, Gygciu plays here, currently making an Age of Empires 2 video. Now, today I will be making a video on a perfect Huns game. Well, not perfect, but I guess a stereotypical Huns game. So, without further ado, let's get straight into the replay. So, Huns are just one of those civilizations that do a Castle Age rush or a Feudal Age rush. They're not really good in the Imperial Age. So the main tactic of the Huns that I like to go for is the Cavalry Archer rush. It's quick, they're cheap. Well, not cheap, but cheaper than knights. So for the Huns, of course. So Cavalry Archers are a bit like knights, except switched over to wood and gold instead of food and gold. So they're just one of those units that just kind of designed to counter it. A bit like the skirmisher and the pikeman with the pricing. So currently in the replay, he's got 4 on wood, 6 on animals, and 4 on berries, I guess. I've got 3 on wood, the rest on animals and berries, but that's increasing to 6 now, I think. So here what you can see occurring is he does appear to have lost a villager to a wild boar. That will set him back a lot economically. Economically, that is terrifyingly bad. Now, looking at the game, still not much going on, still the Dark Age. However, the points are very close, even though he did lose a villager. However, for the Huns, minus 100 wood at the beginning, and you don't get score from building houses, so you might be a little bit behind in score at the very beginning as the Huns, because you might be behind 10 to 20 score. But as you can see here, he just has more efficient economy, closer wood choppers, less wood choppers, more food collectors. Now, I do get to feudal a little bit later than him. It's gonna make a slight difference. Now, building a mill and blacksmith's market and blacksmith, so he probably does know that I am going for a fast castle now. Now, as soon as I get to feudal, I just build 4 or 5 villages, and just put them all onto wood in order to be able to afford the barracks and archery ranges, because it makes it a lot easier. So, I'm beginning to go into the Castle Age, and he is not in that much of a rush, but he did go to the feudal on 22 villages, so that's kind of his disadvantage. But he does indeed wall off a fair bit. I'm trying to wall this area off a fair bit. I'm building a stone wall over here. However, I'm already getting the archery range down, the first archery range at least. Now building the second. At this stage, I'm pretty much just focusing on economy and hopefully getting a military up and running. That's what I'm focusing on at this stage. Just trying to get more and more wood to afford those cavalry archers, to afford those upgrades, to afford the farms, because my first reseed will be coming up soon, and I really can't afford to pay more reseeds with wood. So as you can see here, my scouts are just looking around. Now, he's been walling this area off for so long now, and all he actually ever got out of it was his villagers to make another hole in it. Now, my cavalry, as soon as the villagers make that hole, my cavalry archers run straight in there. He gets a camel, not going to make much of a difference, but my first reseed is here, and I also need to get the other town centers down, which is going to be fairly difficult. So my first reseed is soon arriving. Gonna get some knights up and running now at this stage. However, still doing a fair bit of cavalry archer raiding. At this stage, his economy is just in pieces. His villagers are inside the town center. Well, over on this side, it's not that much of economical chaos, but soon it will. Now, my economy is doing very well, getting a 3rd town center down now. This town center is focusing on stone, because I'm going to be doing a castle drop very soon. It does have a fair bit of camels, and I did just get the siege workshop done, so he is going to be able to counter my cavalry units. So as an immediate reaction, I try to get some pikemen out in order to destroy his camels, because you don't want camels while you're going for cavalry, so you got to take those camels out and get them to transition into something else. Now at this stage, the 300 to 400 score gap between me and him, I guess it is kind of fair, because I did get the larger economical damage dealt to him. However, I believe he did get more military kills, so that's going to be a disadvantage. Now, I am getting those pikemen out because I don't know if he's going to make any more camels now. He did kind of just chill on the camels though, so I'm sending in another raid. Probably not going to be able to save this siege workshop over here, because that siege workshop could be fairly important. My pikemen do indeed arrive, taking out the camels with ease. Then my cavalry arrives. Now he's begin to rebuild the siege workshop there, because I do need to rebuild the siege workshop there. Do take out one of his villagers. Just kind of taking out the house at this stage, because if I can take this house out, the sooner I can get into his territory. However, he is building a wall there to stop me from doing that. However, this is the castle drop, because I can't really get into his territory in order to do the castle drop. I'm going to put it straight outside the wall in a position to deal some fair amount of economical damage. Now here, I'm hoping this castle is going to be able to secure this gate, so we'll no longer be able to take units out of there. Now, what's key if the enemy has walled himself in, and you pretty much got the surrounding territory secured, is that you slowly begin to take away the amount of room he slowly has, and make sure it's the amount of room he has. Now, sending in 2 mangonels here, the castle takes out its entire gold line. This is pretty much one of his 2 gold lines he has. Now that the castle's taken out this gold line, there's not much more he can do. The gate's getting torn down, which is not good for him either. I've got a large amount of knights, cavalry archers, and a good amount of pikemen and cavalry archer production going on. Back here, just some standardized economical stuff going on. I do have some idle villages around my wood, which is not going to be very good. However, on his side, he does get the castle down to just in time to defend from my push. Now, I'm getting some knights out, getting to the Imperial Age so I can get the trebuchets. His army can't really do much now, because I pretty much dug into my position here. I'm constantly producing units here. He really can't do much. I've got a lumber camp here, just collecting some wood for more military buildings, which I don't think I'll need, because I do have a lot of wood production here. However, it is currently the wood production is not working currently. So now that I'm in the Imperial Age, getting those critical trebuchets out. Once I get the trebuchets out, I'm going to be able to take out the castle, and then it's pretty much GG, because he is still in the castle age. There's not much he can do. However, he's going to the Imperial Age. However, with a 3,000 score gap, it's very unlikely that he will make the comeback, because my trebuchets are already firing at his castle. The GG gets called, and the replay finishes. Alright. So, this is what I'd call the average or stereotypical Huns game, just to kind of start it off with cavalry archers and knights, and then finish it up with trebuchets in the late game. So, let's take a look at some of the stats from this game. Now, of course, I did win on the total score. Militarily, I had more points. Economically, I had a lot more points. Technologically, we were almost neck and neck. Society, I had slightly more points than him. Units killed, I got more, he got more units lost, I got more buildings raised, and he got more buildings lost. He got the 2 stars for losing things, and I got the 2 stars for killing things and raising things. Largest army goes to me with 65 units. Economically, I collected more of every single resource than him, no trade profit and no tribute. Technologically, he did get to the feudal age first, which he should have taken advantage of, but he got to the castle age 2 minutes after me, which really affected the entire game, in my opinion. Society, I had a lot more villages than him. Some relic gold, 2 relics captured, and 2 castles, because I do believe I had 1 back in my base. And this timeline, you can just see me expand a little bit here. There was a battle event from here at these points. I believe this is where I tore down his gate and began raiding. I'm not sure. then his downfall was just imminent. And I do hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please do leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.